third cup quarterfinals in the men's category. This is the 27th Safari Sevens edition. KCB coming in after finishing second in their Pool C. Sorry, they were in Pool B, finishing second to Shogun against Zimbabwe, who finished third in their pool. Zimbabwe yesterday had a mixed outing, but they are a very enterprising side, and having qualified for the 15th World Cup. Some of those players who were on duty during their qualifiers are also here for this seven-a-side edition.
If you were watching the game just before this one, I hope you've caught your breath. That was a really close encounter between UK Select and Kenya Morans. As we see KCB here just going for the try. I think he scored it.
Yes.
Try.
Brian Kyoko, center referee, has sight of that ball as Kilwake Sifuna goes onto the scoreboard for KCB. KCB hitting the front early on. That territorial pressure paying off. This is a case where kickoff, the team kicking off, has used that opportunity well to just pin the defending side in their 22 and scoring very early on in the match.
They are a good kicking side, KCB, the likes of Wahinya. They really have a wonderful kickoff. They've been very consistent throughout the National 7 Series here in Kenya. As we see that try by Kilwake Sifuna.
Let's go.
Expect another decent kickoff here from KCB.
Yeah, Brian Wahinya missing that conversion, but he puts this one into the skies. Going for that one, Kilwake Sifuna misses it. And Zimbabwe survive the aerial contest and quickly shift it out to the left. They have the speedster here. Hot stepper also in Ryan Musumi, but he gets arrested and they do recycle the ball. Zimbabwe using the full width of the pitch here. Electing for the grabber kick. Gets into the back line of KCB's defense. That ball goes into touch. They have territory. They have moved into KCB's half.
Yeah, sacrifice possession there to get something out of the territory.
Yeah, foot chest there.
Edward Sigauke
is back after that injury he had yesterday. Managed to get the medics, managed to work on him. He's a very fantastic runner. And Wahinya creating a switch move there for Austin Sikutwa. He has pace, but he's reeled in. Good support there from Jenkins Kipruto, always tracking to ensure that he benefits from those offloads. And that line break, that switch play between Wahinya and Sikutwa opens up Zimbabwe's defense, and Jenkins just trapped Sikutwa to get that ball and get the second try for KCB. You know, they look impressive here.
They look, yes, but I don't want to read so much into this. I mean, that's a really good support play from KCB, and they look sharp. But Zimbabwe just looking a bit lethargic. I mean, we know they have quality on this side, Zimbabwe, and playing a 3-day tournament. You know, there's about an hour of protocols, pre-match protocols. I'm not sure about how they prepared for this one. As you see, that's some good support line there by Jenkins Kipruto. Again, it's a slow start from Zimbabwe. I mean, it's similar to what UK Select had versus
for the first half.
Runs.
Yeah. So Brian Wahinya missing the second conversion. He's a good kicker, but in these first two conversions, we expected them to be nailed. He has missed them.
Could be a factor.
Yeah, it will be a factor. We saw in the last game, the conversion was the difference between UK Selects and Morans. Zimbabwe doing well to just get themselves out of their half. KCB being called to defend their advantage, being played for a high tackle. Shifting it quickly to this other 15-meter channel, showing and going, carrying it strongly there. Kudakwashe Nyamukura, one of those who are in the 15-a-side campaign to qualify for the World Cup. They did that successfully. This one has taken more than 5 seconds. The referee letting it play on here, and then it is ripped. Kilwake Sifuna rips that ball, passes it to deck, traveled forward, yeah. after a lot of good work on defense there and ripping that ball.
That's a good point you make there. This particular referee didn't call the 5 second on that.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand that call also.
Well, they get the ball back, not going to hand.
So a defensive scrum here for KCB exactly on the 22-meter line. Zim finally getting a very good setup to attack. Edward Zigauke steps back in, trademark piece of him, those steps again, then just loses the ball. And KCB survive those hard steps from Edward Zigauke.
He's a very elusive player, Zigauke. Has played for the Sables under 20. He's played for Cheetahs here now in the 7th. Zimbabwe call their 7th team Cheetahs. And of course, he's also played for the Sables in the senior side when they qualified for the World Cup in Australia 2027. Tournament played in June, was it July, in Kampala.
Yeah, just across the border here.
KCB just taking their time here with this scrum. But
yeah, so KCB, just a short break there for injury. We'll get to restart. Then just waiting to see what happens there. Brian Wahinya elects to use his boot to get themselves out of the red zone. Good kick there that looks to have been fumbled by Zimbabwe. Was it a knock-on? No, it wasn't. It went back. And then Matematema shifts the ball quickly to Vuyani Dlomo. Vuyani puts it out to the 50-meter channel. Warning bells here for KCB. The defense does well to scramble into the 5-meter channel. Then they switch it back into the open spaces, attacking the defense line at pace. Punctures through, but the sweeper gets hold of him. Zimbabwe doing well. Yeah, that pressure.
KCB is struggling a bit on defense here, but somehow scrambling very well. I think the sweeping role, the sweeper role, is allowing them to recover every time they are breached. So the defensive line, I think you saw that play moment there when a lot of KCB players were still retreating after that rack.
Yeah, Stephen Osumbwa right at the center of that retreating. And then he sits down. He struggled yesterday. He had a huge knock on his knee, and he might not continue in this one because I see Branton Lusisa coming in to replace him. He had an injury. He was trapped and made good for yesterday, but seems like the pace of this one is too much for him. Zimbabwe yet to get onto the scoreboard with the last play here called by the referee. Yeah, KCB have done well on defense. As we were talking, you know, the sweeper has been peeling off on both sides. They have mastered that bit of play very well, and that's why the scramble defense has worked for them.
I think so. They're doing the double sweep roll using the pendulum where the wing also falls back, but expect a response here from Zimbabwe. They're a decent side. It's good interplay there from Zim. This looks like a difficult moment for them, but they get a good turnover.
What was Dion Humalo doing there? Going for the man instead of the space. He was 5 meters out, and then he cuts back in to hit the man, and then spills the ball. Just look at that replay. Why did he go for Brian Lisusa there? No, that's not Dion, it's Tapiwa Malenga. The hit was okay, but it was unnecessary because he was 5 meters out.
Is that a moment of the game?
We are into the second half of this third Cup quarterfinals. KCB Rugby from Kenya, winners of the local national 7th circuit, taking on Zimbabwe Cheetah side, who are trailing here 10-0. Another 7 minutes remaining to book their tickets into the semi-finals. KCB have to hold on here, and they do it literally in that rack.
I said expect a response from Cheetahs.
Yeah, Carlos Matematema with a quick tap and go. Then stopped
Brian
short.
Wahinya there.
Yeah, stopped 1 meter short, and it's a turnover from Brian Wahinya. Carlos Matematema, in all honesty, just isolated himself with that quick tap and go.
I don't think that's the best decision. I don't think that's the best good decision. I think it was Jenkins
with Tyson Maina.
Oh, that was a poor decision there by Maina. Tyson, just a done turnover.
Took it and then he went round the fringes immediately.
He went straight back. Should be a try here for Zimbabwe. Should be a try.
Yeah, making a meal out of it, but getting
there
to score.
Tyson Maina. Look, I know it's a team sport, but Tyson perhaps could have let it go and then kicked deep or exited.
Yeah, they should have been patient there. They had already committed a lot of numbers in that track. Then when he picked and went round, players were still off their feet. Correct. So he isolated himself. And then Tapiwa Malenga scores for the Cheetahs, bringing them back into this one.
Did expect a response from Zimbabwe, their quality.
Yeah, we spoke about Tapiwa Malenga, guilty in the first half of going for the contact. And then even in this replay you see here, just watch, he should have just gone for the corner flag, but just still looks and he loves the physical side of the game.
That's the 15th mindset we're talking about. He's come out there, but he was, to be fair to him, he was just about a meter away from the try line. But maybe should have put the ball on the other side of his hand, but he scored the try anyway.
Yeah, a bit of interference there for the attempted conversion, so it was a retake. The result still remains the same, a missed conversion.
Are we seeing a repeat of the previous game? 2 quick tries from the team that didn't do well in the first half.
Yeah, KCB have to remain switched on here. Nice offload there before getting into touch by Wekesa Michael. That was really good because it will have lifted Zimbabwe possession, but they get the possession nonetheless. Sikuto isolating himself, and it was a successful jackal. They quickly shift the ball out wide. Danger times here for KCB. Ball handling skills. That pass was a bit high.
The offside, so it's a penalty against KCB.
Yeah, Brian Kyoko conversing with the KCB players in Swahili. They're just explaining that call as they shift the ball. This is 2v1 here, and then Dion carrying it into contact 5 meters out. KCB have to realign quickly here, call their numbers and men coming on the shorter side. KCB were very wary of that threat and still remain in play.
They have to blitz here, KCB. They have to blitz.
Yeah, that's what they do. Quickly get off the blocks here and then shut the space. He has to cut back in. He does so well. Zimbabwe just being patient, and KCB holding their defensive structure well. Again, just trying to shift it, taking it back into contact. Strong ball carry there by Dion Humalo, going route one and then spreading it out quickly. Still have enough numbers on defense, but a good step and going in to score another try that puts them ahead. Trevor Gurwe.
What are the odds?
Tie the match here.
BT, what are the odds that if KCB get this kickoff and they will boot that ball about 70 meters down the field, considering what has happened in the last 2 kickoffs? What are the odds?
Very high.
I'll tell you what, I'll get you a cup of coffee.
Very high.
If KCB don't kick, I bet if KCB somehow field this kickoff, expect a 70-meter or at least an attempt to kick that ball 70 meters down the field.
Successful conversion there from Zim, and for the first time they take the lead of this third quarter-final match. Semi-finals on offer for both teams. KCB quick off the blocks, 10-0. But in the second half, Zimbabwe have come back with 12 unanswered points and taking the lead here with over 2 minutes remaining.
Here we go.
They have managed to pin KCB in their 22 with those restarts, electing to go deep.
There you go.
Yeah,
sorry.
Now you're very right, Oscar.
I'll still get you a cup of coffee, Elijah, but I did say
Zigauke brought to deck there.
Yeah, what did KCB do this earlier?
Manuel Opondo, tap and go. Ominous times here for Zimbabwe. Does he go all the way? He needs to offload that one. He has numbers out wide.
Yeah, lucky boy. Basics are coming to play here. I would argue that Zim perhaps are more proficient than this particular KCB team as far as the basics are concerned. Look at that. Just passed it over, but could have released the ball as well.
Yeah, the 2 men outside who had no defenders manning them. Substitution being made there. Jenkins going out, in comes Kevin Ochieng, and he has ball in hand. A big opportunity for KCB to get into the semi-finals of the Safari Sevens. This is it for them. They have to score here to get back the lead. Emmanuel Opondo to Austin Sikutwa. He has pace, sidesteps, comes back into traffic.
He's lost the ball twice. He's lost the ball about 3 times every time he took it
Goes into contact. Yeah.
So he struggles. He sort of falls towards
the defense,
the opposition, and then by the time he's trying to work very hard to bring his upper torso back, it's too late because the Zim players are, again, I said, they're really proficient when it comes to the basics compared to this particular KCB team. So by the time he's trying to bring his upper torso back, the jugglers are on to the ball quickly.
Yeah, good observation there. We've seen that with Austin Sikutwa. Whenever he's gone into contact, even with support, somehow that ball is turned over, and good line out there from Zimbabwe. Then a shoot up there from Emmanuel Opondo gives the space to Zimbabwe, cracking through that defense. Finally, that movement of ball, quick movement of ball, puts Zim into contention of the semi-finals, scoring there, pull themselves further ahead. Manyakara scores that one to pull them ahead, and with the conversion to come, you will think this one is a done deal. It will be a 9-pointer difference.
For the neutrals, I'm sure you're perhaps happy to see that it's not another Kenya team into the semi-finals. Of course, for those of you watching us in the bigger cities from Bulawayo and Harare, are not surprised or expected the Cheetahs to be in the semi-finals, or at least to win this one. But you've got to argue that KCB gave it a good shot here.
Oh yeah, they did. They led it into the first half 10-0, but second half it has been all Zimbabwe showing their class, showing their experience, walking away with this one and getting themselves into the semi-finals 19-0, and they march on to meet the winner of the next game